Hey team, I literally just finished my workout. And you guys, my husband Chris posted a video on here from Joel and Danielle Matoni. I encourage everybody to listen to it. She talks about her superhero power has only been consistency, like there's nothing special about her. I will 110% say that is the only thing I feel is super special about me with this business is I'm so consistent. With any point in time, whether she said if I'm sick, if my kids are sick, if I'm tired, if I don't want to do it, and I'm 100% there. I know my highest Success Club point month was when I was 5 months pregnant and had bronchitis. And I hit 72 Success Club points and I was sick almost the entire month. But I still showed up because that's what I do. I don't like making excuses. It's just not my thing, and I wasn't raised that way. So I just show up. I'm consistent. And I don't necessarily mean that I was showing up in my workout, but I was showing up in my business. I let my body heal, I let my body rest, but it didn't mean that I couldn't show up for my customers, my clients, my followers, okay? So that's not what this is about. This is about telling your story. So many coaches are like, trying to figure out how do you find business builders? How do you find people that actively want to coach? And I have told my story, and I don't mean the story of Danielle leaving Hygiene and Chris coming home. You all, I've told my story since day one, and my story has changed so many times, okay? Now I'm at the point where my story becomes this repetitive, same story. So I'm like, how do I tell my story? And maybe that's where you guys are at. Maybe you're like, okay, I've already done this. It feels repetitive. It's gonna be repetitive. If you all hit post and you think that every single person on your Instagram or your Facebook is seeing your post, you are so wrong. That is not how social media works. So you need to be retelling your story multiple times, okay? At least telling it once to twice a month, at least. I'm constantly intertwining and planting seeds, but I lay it on thick with retelling my story before every sneak peek opportunity group, okay? So when I tell my story, I try to think, what angle can I go at from it this time? How can I tell my story a little bit different? And if you guys go and you just create my page, and you all, there's many other very talented coaches in our team, okay? But I know what I put out there, I know what I write, so I'm just using my own personal self as an example. But we have several amazing, amazing leaders on this team that do very well at retelling their story. So every time that I retell my story, I try to hit it from a different angle. I try to hit it from, being this person that was in my professional career and just bored and wanted a side hobby. Being this person that really loved health and fitness and was considering becoming a fitness instructor or a personal trainer, but I didn't have time. And talking about trying to find something that offered flexibility but still allowed me to work on me but help others. And really kind of hitting the angle of not feeling so tight and strapped on my budget, creating a supplement income. Like I have done a web, I call it a word web, if we're going to take it back to elementary school, and I have done a word web where I have sat and put my story and sat and thought, how can I tell my story? Why did I become a coach? Why has this been important to me? How can I retell the story? How can I go back in time and talk about when I see my sponsor doing this, and it encouraged me to reach out to her? Or when a certain situation happened when my little girl was sick and I couldn't call into work because I had to be there to see my patients, and it was always my husband calling into work, and I always had to be the one going into work. Or how I never got any breaks at work because I was hustling it to make that extra income that our family needed. Or how I was fearful of cutting my hours initially because our budget was already tight. Or how my husband didn't like his job. I mean, there's so many different ways. And maybe you're like, well, my story is 4.5 year story, right? So how do you start from the very beginning? Well, if you've done your new coach announcement, and a lot of you have, unless you're a brand new coach on here, you have sat down and you have told your story once, okay? You have sat down and you wrote out a really great thing once, and you had maybe 10 people like it, maybe you had 200 people like it. It isn't your entire Facebook or Instagram audience. They did not all see it. You don't have to copy and paste that exact same thing, but maybe for some of you that write really long ones, maybe you can condense it and say, I'm gonna talk about the piece that really got me into fitness. Because a lot of you say, oh, well, I got into fitness because of such and such, right? Or maybe you're gonna talk about the piece of like seeing a certain person on social media and how that motivated you and wanted you to reach out to them. There's so many different ways that you can sit and talk about this. Sorry, I'm trying to like look through my post and see. And for any of you guys that are doing Secret Santa, guys, that's a huge opportunity that I don't know if I've seen anybody even posting about, of talking about the community of our team getting together and doing this online Secret Santa party. I mean, how many people are looking for a friendship? How many people are looking for a community? And doing the Secret Santa thing is something that like I posted about just to talk about team culture, and like it's not just this, we're not just this like network marketing company, we're not just all about health and fitness, like we are having relationships with each other, we're forming relationships with each other, you know, and doing the online party is going to be fun because we're going to open our gifts, we're going to, you know, be able to celebrate Christmas together and do a workout together. Like I haven't seen like really anybody even talk about that. Of course, we still have a while to go, but I mean, that's just one thing where you can even talk about just the community of it all. Sorry, I'm trying to log on because I thought that there was going to be a post that I was going to share with you guys. And then, you know, another thing that I did is just talking about something that I read, which was a devotional that really touched me. And I shared what I read, and I shared why it touched me, and I shared my, you know, my vision for things. And so many people don't share their vision. They think they have to already be where they're at to talk about where they want to go, right? Like if you guys listen to one of the top coaches, Lindsay Matway, if you've done our Emerald training, she really talks to you about your vision, and you've got to be sharing that with people. You have to be talking about where you want to go in this business if you want to have people to go with you. You know, if they don't know where you're going, well, what's it matter to them, right? Okay, so I'm sitting and scrolling. My internet is so slow. I'm trying to find the post that I was really wanting to bring up to you guys. And I'm having a hard time finding it. Okay, so this one might be it. No, that one's Chris's. Chris and I are both sharing a lot about coaching right now. Why? Because the Coach Sneak Peek starts Monday. But it's like telling your story in Instagram stories, and not just once. I tell my story so many times. There was a time that I sat and told my story month after month after month after month. I kind of went on a little break from telling it in the last couple months, but if you guys see my Instagram story yesterday, I already told it. You know, and talking about, another way that I share my story is talking, okay, this is what I wanted to bring up. Preparation, guys. If you guys go to November 27th, and I'll post this post in the comments, and I'm simply talking about just preparing our team for this launch. And with us like working together and really getting things set up for you guys, you don't have to be like, oh, like you all can take and recreate this same post. You can talk about how you love being a part of our team. Why do you love being a part of our team? Because you joined a team where you're not just like thrown to the wolves. Like that was a huge freaking fear of mine, is that I was gonna sign up with somebody and I was gonna have to recreate everything on my own. I wanted this opportunity to do something with health and fitness, and I signed up not knowing like what was gonna happen, was I gonna have to do everything, and I was willing to put into the work, but it was a fear of mine that I was gonna join a team or I was gonna join this. I didn't know anything about team culture, because my coach at that time didn't talk a lot about team culture, but I feared I was gonna sit and join somebody or join this, and I was gonna have to do everything on my own. Like that is freaking scary. And if you're somebody that is like getting the obstacle of time, and I don't know if I can do this, and I don't know if I know enough, you all are not talking about what our team has to offer. If you guys think that we have an amazing team, don't tag me. Don't talk about me being a great leader or your sponsor, whoever your upline coach may be. Don't talk about them. Talk about the community of our team. You are a part of this. It doesn't matter if you didn't create the launch group and you're not doing the post and you're not, writing out the scripts or making the graphics. It doesn't matter. You're a part of this team and you should own that. You should let people know you're joining a team that has something like this. You should tell them about simply preparation. So that post I talked about just preparation, and I retold my story of how when I first joined. So this is a different way. I often have to take people back, and what coaches don't understand, like they think, oh, Danielle's left, it's so easy to talk about leaving hygiene and she brought her husband home and, they do really well at this. You guys, that's not relatable to a lot of people. Let me tell you this. I have to take people back to square one every single time. Okay? I have to, if I retell my story, you don't see me talking about telling my story from like the beginning of this year, right? No, I take people back all the way to square one, where I started, how I felt, why I needed this, what were my fears, and what my vision is, or what my vision has became, okay? So if you're somebody that you're like, well, I'm not where you're at, you need to talk about your beginning, where you're at currently, your feelings, your thoughts, your emotions, and where you want to go with this. And maybe some of you guys are scared to do that because you don't trust and believe. That's what Shanti would say. You don't trust and believe. You don't trust and believe that this could happen for you. But if you don't put it out there in the universe, then it won't happen for you. So I encourage everybody to share their vision, tell your story, and please don't leave out the fact that we are a community. This team page is here with over 400 people in it. There is resources on this page. There's training on this page. There's incredible launch groups that we've had here lately that help everybody in the downline. I don't care if you create it or not, own it. You're part of this team. This is yours too. You don't tag me. Don't tag your coach. Don't talk about how great we are. You talk about how great your team is and that you're part of that. Anyways, I'm just putting that out there for everybody to show ownership of this business and show ownership of what our team has to offer, because I'm not going to reach out to somebody and be like, you didn't do that, launch group, you can't talk about that. No, I so want you guys to talk about what our team has to offer, and not to give you don't have to give anybody credit, but just say, I'm so happy that I'm a part of this team, that I get, anybody I bring on board is going to be joining an awesome team that have so many great resources that I'm really happy. Not every team is created equal, guys. You don't know how many coaches I talk to that don't have any form of training, any form of community, any kind of help. They're literally thrown to the wolves, and that really sucks. And that was a huge fear of mine. Not that I thought Brooke was going to do that to me. I just didn't know what to anticipate with this business, and I thought I was going to be making and creating everything on my own. So anyways, I'm going to jump off here. I've talked long enough. Please start telling your story more. And start telling your story in multiple different ways. Use a different picture, use a different post, take a different angle. Really kind of dig and find out your why. I guarantee your why of starting coaching was not one thing. I bet if you sat and you did a word web and you wrote down my why, then maybe your why is financial. Okay, so if it's financial, draw. I got tired of stressing about credit card bills. I got tired of living paycheck to paycheck. I got tired of when Christmas came around, I couldn't buy everybody Christmas gifts. I got tired of telling my friends I couldn't go out to eat because I didn't have the money to do it. I got tired of delaying my Shakeology because I couldn't afford it. Y'all, I just gave you a mountain of reasons of why you may have started, and maybe it was because you needed a supplement income. But if you're not talking about any of that, you're not resonating and you're not connecting with anybody. until you talk about those things. So for me, I was a burnt out dental hygienist. Now, why do you think most of my coaches that come onto this team, and you may be one of them listening to this right now, is a dental hygienist? I guarantee you that you're probably a little burnt out and you would love to potentially cut your hours or create a side income, or just do something fun on the side. Because honestly, you all, I had no anticipation of ever leaving my career, ever. And I thought, oh, that'd be cool. I mean, sure, it'd be cool if I cut my hours, but did I think I was signing up to be a coach to cut my hours? No. I thought I was signing up to be a coach to have a little supplement income, do something fun, and to get out of the rut I was putting myself in my professional career, period. And I talk about that over and over and over and over and over. So why do you think that? It's a lot of hygienists that I sit and welcome on our team because they connect to my story. Oh, girl, I get that. Oh, girl, I don't get to go pee during my work day. Oh, girl, I don't get a lunch break. Oh, girl, I stay over all the time. Oh, girl, I go in early. Oh, girl, the front desk, we're in fights all the time. Like, you guys, you have to talk about what connects you to what people. Sure, I have tons of other coaches that have joined me on the team that aren't hygienists because I don't talk about one thing. I talk about my love for health and fitness. I have so many people that just simply love health and fitness that join me because I have a love for it. I have people that are moms and they want to raise their kids, or maybe they want to become moms in the future and they want to have kids that are healthy and they want to create a healthy family and they want to be able to show their kids that. Like, all the reasons that people join me, it's probably one of those. Either they love health and fitness, they're a dental hygienist that's burnt out, or they really respect how I raise my kids and I really value clean eating, organic eating, or the way that I go about raising my kids and really focusing on family health. I guarantee you, if you are one of my PS coaches, you relate in one of those ways. Or whoever you're sponsored with. Maybe it's Kelly Branson, and maybe with Kelly Branson you resonate in a whole different way. Maybe you're a teacher, maybe you're a big family, or even, anything. Kirsten Johnson is a great example. Kirsten Johnson, she's a special needs mom. So a lot of the people that she attracts into this business is also special needs mom. Maybe you're Kristen Rogers, and Kristen Rogers has no kids, and she's starting her whole life. She recently got married and bought a house. So attracting those type of people. She's a dental hygienist. Like, you have to be talking about what you are. Because I know the people I bring into this team, the people that become my coaches. I'm not talking about the people who become my challengers. My challengers are all over the place. It's just typically my challengers are all over the place. But my coaches, my team, my tribe, you guys, you are my people. We have a lot of similarities because you've connected with me and I've told my story over and over and over and over and over and over, and I don't stop telling it because I don't think that everybody sees my post. I had an Instagram story yesterday that went through and told my entire story in little clips. Did everybody see it? Did you guys all see it? All 400 of you on the team that's in this page right now? Did you all see it? I bet not. Maybe 15 or 20 of you seen it. Guarantee you all of you didn't. So guess what? Next month, in that 24-hour window that I have, I must tell it again. And if maybe in between that window you still don't catch it in those 24 hours, hopefully you'll go to my profile, click my highlight reel, and click my story. And if you don't, maybe you'll find my video on YouTube. And if you don't, maybe you'll catch my post on Instagram. And if you don't, maybe you'll catch my post on Facebook. And if you don't, maybe you'll go to IGTV. Y'all, I tell my story all over the place because my audience is not always watching me. I am not that vain to sit and think that you guys catch every freaking post that I post because I'm that cool. I know everybody has a life, but I am plugging my story in multiple different platforms. I'm telling it multiple different times, and I'm telling it in multiple different angles in multiple different ways. Okay, so that is my tip of the day. I'm sorry this live video went long, but I hope you found this to be helpful. And I am going to jump off here. Hey, Shannon. I know Shannon's seen it. Thank you. So, all right, guys, I'm going to get off here. I hope you guys have a good workout and Merry Fitness to you.